I have graduated from beige Becky to brown Rebecca. Hey guys, this week I'm tackling a few more thrift flips from the dreaded pile. This week I will be dyeing some items and I'm going to make them brown. Listen, if you came here for fashion inspo with bright crazy colors and patterns, you're in the wrong place. The first item I'm going to be dyeing is this pair of cargo pants. I call these my Rick O'Connell pants. I mean, obviously, but I don't like this weird yellowy shade of tan. I just think it's kind of gross. I would prefer if this was just a darker, more neutral, less yellow shade of brown. So we're gonna make this a little bit darker, and I'm also gonna finally remove whatever the heck this is. Can anyone tell me what this is? It kind of feels like a manufacturer's error. Oh, I should probably give y'all a little spin, huh? Here's the pants from the front, and here's the pants from the back. Okay. It's kind of the same deal with this pair of tan trouser shorts. Now, I already cropped them a couple years ago just to make it a fit that I like a little bit better, but I still am not so keen on the color. I just think it's too beige, too muted, too close to my skin tone. And even though I wear a lot of earth tones, this doesn't feel like it goes with the earth tones that I already have. I tend to have more saturated earth tones. So again, I just want a more saturated, richer shade of brown for this pair of shorts as well. Okay, I know this looks pretty goofy just wearing this over my clothing, but I don't feel like changing into undergarments that would not be seen through this very lightweight white fabric. So you get it over top of my clothes. Anyway, the final item that I will be dyeing is this lovely little cotton dress. Lo and behold, there's a big old stain on the tuchus. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera. It's right there. It looks like someone sat on a mustard spill or something. I don't know. Either way, it looks gross. On top of that, the armpits are a little bit dingy, and I'm hoping that that will cover up the stain and not just make the dress darker, but the stain also darker. We'll see. It might fail abysmally. This one's gonna kind of be up in the air. I don't want to make this as dark as the two bottoms that I just showed you guys. I do want this to be a softer, lighter brown, so I'm not gonna leave this in the dye as long as the other two items. Front of the dress has this lovely little lace detail, which is why I liked it. And then here's the back with its lovely little mustard pea stain. One thing to note before you just jump into your fabric dyeing project is the fabric content of the items you are dyeing. So for example, this dress is 100% cotton, this is 65% cotton and 35% polyester, and these shorts are a big fat mystery because whoever had them previously wore them so much that the tag is worthless basically. But because it feels like a denim type of material, I'm going to guess that this is at least some percentage cotton, if not mostly. So I went with the all-purpose dye meant for cotton, wool, nylon, and more. If what you're trying to dye is more than 35% synthetic, you're going to want to get the synthetic based dye. And then I also got Color Stay Dye Fixative. Let's prep. So I'm gonna be trying this in my kitchen sink. I'm gonna fill it up with hot water, but also have a couple pots on the stove to boil some water that I will gradually add as the temperature of the sink lowers, because I'm not gonna be able to keep it as hot as it is straight out of the tap for the whole 30+ minutes that it's supposed to be soaking. So I'm going to mix up the dye bath first before adding everything. It says to add a cup of salt. If I do that, I'm all out of salt, and I'm not going back to the grocery store this week. So I'm gonna do like a half a cup of salt, and hopefully that's better than no salt. Let's fill this sink up and see what happens. 2 hours later. 1 teaspoon of liquid dish detergent. Sure. Salt. And dye mix. So for stirring this all up, it doesn't say this on the bottle, but it occurred to me that maybe using a kitchen utensil with metal might not be good. I don't know how that would react with the dye. So I have a silicone thingy. Oh shoot, I just got it on the counter. Oh, that's really bad. Let me get that off the counter because that'll stain. Holy moly. Oops. That's just the way today's going. Mix this up. This looks gross. This looks like some tar-filled, icky bog of darkness. Let's add our pre-wetted, is that the right word? Wetted? Pre-wetted items. Get in there, you. Oh boy, this dress is not gonna need to be in there very long. not at all. Let me just put out paper towel everywhere because I do not trust this countertop. I think I'm gonna take the dress out already and go rinse it in the shower and then leave these other things for a little bit longer. The dress is looking really splotchy. My thought is if the dress is awful, then I'll just try dyeing it black, maybe? I will leave it for 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna rinse everything with cold water, put it through the wash with an old towel, and then I'm gonna come back and do the dye fixative. Okay, so on to the last step, we're gonna use the dye fixative. This is much easier. I literally just have to combine it with hot water for about 20 minutes. It's looking promising so far. I'm liking the color of the shorts. This is also looking like a nice dark brown, if not slightly uneven, but we'll see. And the color of the dress is also looking better than I thought it would. This though is definitely uneven and the stain is even more noticeable than it was before. Oh, there's two of them. That's why I kept finding them in different spots. So that'll have to be addressed a different way. But it looks like it did, you know, more or less cover up the dinginess of the armpits because now the whole dress is kind of that color. Yummy, the color of armpit dinge. So let's soak these bad boys. There's a lot of air bubbles in here. Get thee to a nunnery. I'm not standing here stirring the entire time. I got crap to do, and so do you. See you tomorrow. So these look great. I'm very pleased with how the cargo pants turned out. Aside from the fact that I obviously need to iron them. I need to iron everything, let's be real. But this is pretty close to what I was hoping for the color. You can still see a little bit of that yellow undertone, but I like this color so much better. And I feel like the color turned out pretty evenly all around. The only thing that did not turn out as planned is this random little stain on the pocket. I didn't know that that was there. It doesn't bother me that much because it's kind of small and it's just one stain, so I could embroider over it or put like a little patch or something. I'm not that pressed about it, but I'm quite pleased with this turnout. These turned out really good, I think. Likewise, these shorts are so much better. Oh my goodness. I have graduated from beige Becky to brown Rebecca. Much more respectable. I'm feeling like I maybe took them out a little bit early. I would have liked them just a smidge darker, but I do still really like this tone, especially compared to the weird, almost skin tone that they were before. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing my own skin anymore. Well, technically I am wearing my skin. Never mind. And these also feel like they turned out pretty even. There are a couple little spots that are faded on the front, but like no one's gonna notice them unless they're right up at my groin looking at my shorts. And in that situation, I have actually so many other questions if that were to ever happen. So many other questions. I don't think anyone's gonna notice those random little spots that I do. So I'm also very pleased with these. Long story short. Get it? Shorts? Okay. I'm in pain. And lastly, this dress, which turned out okay. I have to say it does look better than I was feeling like it would last night. I was not feeling very confident, so the color did turn out much more even than I was thinking it would. And it's a nice shade of brown, but it does kind of look like chocolate milk. I don't know, because I do like this shade. I do think it does need to be just a little bit darker though. And unfortunately, the whole point of dyeing this dress was to cover up the stains on the back. And no, they're very much still visible. I don't know if you can see them right now, but it turned them darker and almost purpley. So I don't think dye is going to fix the stain problem here. I wasn't too confident that it would to begin with. I was just kind of like, let's give it a try and see what happens. Again, I could do patches or embroidery over it. I think embroidery would be weird on the butt. Or I could find a similar lace trim and just add another layer of lace trim over top of it and kind of add on to the lace trim pattern that we already have going on. That's what I'm thinking would be the best solution. Or I could just resign this to being a yard work dress, a garden dress. It's a lot of sweaty, hard work. You know, if I'm already wearing something the color of dirt, then I can be cute and also not care about getting dirty. So there's that possibility. So the shorts and the cargo pants, I love how they turned out. I think that's gonna be so much better for my wardrobe, those shades of brown. But the dress is just okay. It needs a few more tweaks still. So that's all I've got for you guys this week. Leave a little brown heart emoji down in the comments if you made it all the way to the end, because we love earth colors here. We love earth tones. We love shades of brown. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and subscribe if you'd like to hang out again. See you next time. Bye.